Welcome back to part 3 of the subframe refresh. I have probably been dragging this on, mostly because I feel like I've been talking a lot. Hopefully I've given you guys enough detailed information on, I'm just trying to tell you guys what I'm doing, because I know there's a lot of videos that I watch don't always go into super depth, which probably makes sense because people don't want to watch a 30-minute video of me just sanding and whatever else, but I'm trying to give you as much detail as I can. So as you saw in the last video, this guy is hung. Now I have to just go through the tack cloth. I probably should have done that before, but I wasn't sure. Again, like I said in the last video, I've never done this this thing before, or painted before, but not to this big of an object. So I'm trying to make it look nice. So we are gonna get this thing tack cloth, and then I'm going to use some self-etch primer on the bare metal. I don't know if I have to, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So we're gonna do that, let that dry. We got some sunlight. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 12 or 1 or something like that. So we have about 3 hours, 3.5 hours before it gets dark and cold. So I need to get moving. It is 1:03 p.m. So let's get this going and get this thing painted so I can throw it back in the car finally. Okay, I did come over here. Hi. I did tack cloth it. I didn't realize how sticky that stuff was. I guess it's in the name to be tacky. The sun's really bright, which is a good thing. I'm going to use this self-etching primer. I've just been shaking it for a little bit. We're going to hit some of these bare metal spots. The bottom under here is going to be a little tricky to get, so that's going to suck, but we'll figure it out. We'll make do with what we got here. If I could hang it from, like, I don't know, the ceiling would be great. Even if I could do this in the garage, it would be amazing, but there is a 240 in air jail that I can't move, so let's see. Yep, that's spray paint, all right. Just be careful I don't get overspray anything around here, but just get a couple light coats. Gotten most of just a light coat. I think that's all I really need. I'm gonna go through with primer in it. It says it bonds with bare metal anyways, but I just wanted to be safe. But I think this paint is old, so that sucks. Hopefully it doesn't screw anything up. But I'll just go through. So I think the paint's had enough time to dry. It's been a few minutes. It wasn't a lot of paint, so it should just be should dry fairly quickly. I just had a little snack, so it looks pretty good to me. So let's get to time lapsing and get to priming this thing. So first coat of primer is done, I think. I don't know, I'm trying to get just a light coat on it everywhere. I think that's what we're supposed to do. I'm not a professional, like I said, but got a light coat pretty much everywhere. I'm gonna go back through once this kind of dries in a few minutes, throw in another coat. Maybe I'll do 2 to 3 coats. I'm just gonna do light coats so I don't have too many drips. This paint's kind of coming out splattery, and I don't know if that's because it's not shaking enough or what the dealio is. So I'm gonna shake it some more and hope that can fix it. Kind of sees a lot of dots. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm just hoping this turns out good. I'll put you guys back in time-lapse mode when I get back to this, this priming thing. So I just went through, I think I did I don't know, second or third, maybe 3 coats, I think. I just kind of went through and kind of touched up a lot of these spots that I missed. It looks a lot better now. I'm gonna let it dry. If I see any other spots that I missed, I'll touch it up. But other than that, we're gonna start throwing on the color. Let this dry. Probably put a little too much paint on there, but I wanted to make sure this thing is coated and it's gonna be solid and it's not gonna rust. So far, it's looking good. Once it dries, I guess I'll notice some spots that I missed. So I'll go back through and just touch those up a little bit. And then we'll get to color. And I'm excited to see how this color turns out. Hopefully it turns out nice and pretty, rather than just looking like an ugly barbecue. I just realized I filmed the last few talking clips in 2x speed, so hopefully that doesn't screw with the video. We'll see. I was using it trying to do some b-roll stuff, because I said it helps when you can slow it down so it looks better. I don't know if it works. We're going to find out, or you guys will find out after I post this video. Yeah, so far it's looking good. I'll give you guys an update. There's like a little light spot right here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. A little bit right there. I gotta get in there as well. Just a few little spots. I've been trying to get as much as I can. I think it's pretty good. I've already gone through a can of primer. I'm not sure if that's excessive or not, but I'm just trying to make sure this thing lasts, and it's been drying pretty quickly, so that's the bright side. Just gonna shake this, and just a few spots to touch up. I need to start getting the color out because that sun over there is starting to go down real soon. So it's what now? I think I started this at 1 p.m. I think it was 1:03 when I showed you guys, and it is now 2:22. So about hour and 20 minutes just to get this thing primed, and you gotta wait for it to dry and whatnot. So I guess that's mostly the time killer, but so far it's going good. So let me bang this out and start the color. Alrighty guys, this is the big moment. We're gonna hopefully figure out this paint is any good. Rust-Oleum high heat ultra long lasting finish, resist up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. This thing gets 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, we have a problem. But hopefully color, I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of got some sparkles in it. I don't know, just was the best silver I could find. So we're gonna give it a go and see what it does. Hopefully it's not a terrible color. Otherwise, well, I might cry. Oh my god, there's so much glitter flying everywhere. This is not fun. Right off the rip, it's kind of messy. Like, it's everywhere. So that's cool. Let me get this first little piece done and I will show you guys here. You guys can see it. There's literally glitter flakes flying everywhere. So that's probably not good. But let's check this here. Check that out. It's hard to tell, but it looks pretty sweet so far. It's coming out in like these weird chunks though. I don't know why it's doing that. Did a really big one over here. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. I don't know why it's doing that, but let's put you guys in time-lapse mode. Let me put a mask on so I don't breathe in these glitter flakes, and let's get this thing done before the light goes away because it's going down. So here goes nothing. I feel like the sun all of a sudden started to go down really fast, and it's only 3 o'clock. So I have probably like 45 minutes of light left to do this. So I'm trying to let this coat dry. I just did the first coat. It honestly looks pretty damn good. I really like it. It's a super nice color, came out pretty good. It's hard to see on camera, but it does have some sparkle in it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of faint, but you can tell. Again, I'm not a good painter. For some reason, my left hand, I can paint better with my left hand than my right hand. My finger keeps getting like stuck. But my finger slips in front of the trigger or the nozzle and kind of get these splotches. There's some heavy spots here and there. I will admit this is not perfect. I will show you the flaws. I'm not gonna say this is perfect. Looks good for what it is though, for a little rattle can job in the yard. One thing I am gonna note is I did make a mistake when I was prepping this. I should have covered the thread holes for the diff and some of the brackets and stuff. are some of the things that mount to the subframe. I should have covered the thread holes because now it's going to be a real issue when I go to thread this stuff in. So that was my bad. I should have done that. I guess live and you learn. So now I have to try to clean those threads out and get some of that paint out of there. Hopefully it's not too difficult if I just get like a thread chaser and kind of just thread some stuff in, clean it out. Hope that'll work. Really do. Other than that, so far so good. I think we're about half a can in or so. That's probably pretty heavy for a first coat, but I'm trying to beat daylight here, or trying to work with the daylight that I have. So let's let this dry and let's get back to it, and then I'll show you guys the finished-ish kind of product. It's gonna look really good with the GK Tech arms that I have. It's gonna look real nice, real shiny. It's gonna look real good under the car with that zebra print diff cover that we are not gonna paint. I wanted to paint the brackets, but we're running out of light and time. So, and I gotta go back to work tomorrow. So, let's get back to this, and we'll see you guys here shortly. I'm going to update you guys here. I know we're going to go right back to painting, but I wanted to update you guys. I don't know if you guys can see, but like, I don't know, you guys can't really see on camera, but this paint has so much flake in it, and I'm literally like covered in it. So that's cool. Also, I ruined these pants. I should have wore my coveralls when I was doing this. It was kind of warm, which is weird to say for January, but it was warm today. So RIP to these pants. I guess I have a new car working on pair of pants. These are one of my favorite pairs of pants, so that sucks. Okay, so I am gonna call this done. Looks pretty good. Got a couple spots, to be honest. It's okay. Like I said, it's gonna be under the car, here and there. There's a run right here. Like, look at that in the sunlight. Sheesh, looks pretty good. But yeah, so pretty proud of this. Gotta let it dry, and then we'll start assembling the parts back onto this thing. And I gotta clean out the thread holes, but other than that, looks pretty good. Let me get you guys some B-roll here while I'm talking over this. So yeah, so far, pretty proud of how this came out. Definitely learned a lot from just doing this little subframe refresh. So definitely excited with that. A lot of sanding techniques and prepping techniques and stuff like that, and just painting. I haven't really painted something this big before. It's always just little small parts, or the bash bar was the biggest thing I painted, which it's a bash bar, so it's gonna be perfect. But this, I'm really proud of how this came out. Definitely learned a lot, so I'm happy with that. So thank you guys for watching up to this point in the video. If you like it so far, leave a like. Next is going to be assembling and everything like that. It won't be for a little bit because I gotta go to work this week, so that'll be a little delay, but hopefully you guys enjoyed part 2. So I will see you guys once we are back with assembling this thing back together. Alrighty guys, welcome back to part 3 of the subframe refresh. So far this video, you guys have seen me prep or prime and paint the subframe. I noticed in the last video I was filming down here, a little bit of like the background light, so it's making my face look all dark, so I'm trying to improve on that, hold you guys up here, get a better view. So let me show you guys the paint job. There is a few imperfections. I'm not gonna say it's perfect by any means. There's a few spots that are a little lighter on paint versus some other spots that are kind of heavy. So let me show you guys some of the mistakes I made here, and so hopefully you guys can't repeat that. So this is just the underside. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's a few like little bit of lighter dark spots here and around here. And there's also some splotches. That's from me like messing with the trigger, not hitting it right. But some of the other spots are just from going too light, too thin, and then some spots are nice and heavy, which looks good. But these lighter spots don't look the best. So be careful with that. It was hard to tell with the lighting. I'm assuming that's what my mistake was. The lighting was difficult to see. It was getting dark, so that's my excuse. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. If you guys look from like right here, looks pretty sweet. So I'm gonna start assembling this thing. I just popped out the diff bushings on the front of the differential, so those are popped out, and then now I need to just reassemble and get this thing back in the car, because this thing has taken, what is it, I'm on my 3rd weekend now doing this. So let's just get this thing back in the car, and we can get this thing prepped for more paint, because I want to get this car painted soon. Alright guys, so I am starting the assembly process of the subframe, and I also started doing a little side painting project. Then it started to rain, so I had to bring everything inside, but I'm just painting the little subframe brackets. Just give them a little refresh because they're a little crusty. Not too bad. I didn't realize, I'm not even gonna try to hide this. I did a terrible job painting my subframe. I guess I might have missed a few spots. I'm going to just blame it on the light. Maybe I just wasn't paying too much attention. Oh, my tarp's blowing away. But look at this, guys. I missed this entire section, so I should just repaint it, but I already have it getting assembled, so I'm not going to repaint it, fortunately. But like I was saying, I totally missed that spot, and we're doing the assembly with the new GK Tech arms. They look really good. This knuckle's crusty. I need to give it another scrub down. I'm going to spray it with some brake clean and wipe it off. Just kind of getting everything assembled. It's kind of a pain in the butt trying to get it assembled on the floor. I'm going to do the diff last. I did get the diff bushings in here and here. So that's good. And then starting to put the knuckle together, put all the arms on. So far so good. I'm going to get this thing in the car, get it aligned so I can drive it. I'm really bummed out about that spot that I missed because it's a huge spot. But hey, you live and you learn, and I should repaint it, but it's not even nice out, so I can't, unfortunately. But let's get this thing going. Well, update time. I have gotten it pretty much, the arms all on. It's taking me a minute because you kind of got to adjust them correctly per the GK Tech instructions that they supply, which is nice. They do supply the instructions on how to set these guys up. Kind of just going with the OEM length for now until I get in alignment. I have chipped a little bit of paint trying to get some of these arms in, especially on this side. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm going to throw the diff in now so then I can put the, well actually, yeah, put the diff in, we'll do the hubs, and then axles. And I'm going to save these. I believe these are the traction arms that go from here to here. Save those for last. They kind of got to bend it around the brake line, so I figured if they're not in there, it'll be a little bit easier. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm trying to get this thing in because I want to drive this car. Then we're going to take it to the alignment shop, get it aligned, and we'll be good to go. So let me make some more progress and I will update you guys. So I figured I would update you on some of the painting I've been doing. Just been doing the little subframe L bracket type of deals. I just threw some clear coat on there. I just did like 2 coats of paint, 1 coat of primer, and then a coat of clear, and it should be theoretically good. We used this color here. It's a hammered black color. It's kind of nice. It's got a little sparkle in it. I didn't want to do these ones silver. I just want these to be kind of factory black with a little bit of sparkle. So looks good. It's not optimal painting conditions today. It was sunny for a few minutes and now it's gone, and now it's windy and stuff's blowing around. I did find a bug after I primed it, so hopefully that doesn't show. I kind of scraped it off, but so far it looks pretty good. Nice and crystal clean. A little bit of fresh. I think one of these has some damage on it. Yeah, just from scraping on the ground and whatnot, but it's all good. But I'm gonna get back to this subframe reassembly. So I pretty much have the subframe fully assembled, minus that arm I was talking about. I did do a little bit of a touch-up job. Just a little bit of a touch-up job right there, just because it looked bad. So I did a little spray. It's been drying. I got the axles in, hubs on. Hubs are torqued. None of these bolts are all tightened down yet. Like that one's not, the control arm ones are not. I'm gonna tighten those all down once it gets in the car, just so I know it's all good to go, get under load and everything like that. And I want to make sure all the bolts work and they don't get in the way. I want to show you this though. I got these painted here, a little bracket. I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle in there. It's called like hammered black. Like I said, looks pretty good. Sorry guys, gotta throw you around. Looks pretty good, but I am just kind of getting cleaned up, getting everything organized, so it goes in smooth. There's nothing in the way, and I have, I have the correct tools out, so we've gotten that done. I'm laying everything out, so hopefully the subframe should go in relatively straightforward. Hopefully there's no complications, but we're gonna find out. I'll see you guys on a time lapse when I put it in. But yeah, these painted, a little quick scuff, and it looks great for a quick scuff and quick spray with some clear coat on it too, make it look all nice and shiny, even though no one's gonna see it. But yeah, I like how this looks. I really wish I had the silver arms, because it kind of throws it off with like the diff and the knuckles and the arms. It all kind of looks a little funky, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment below. With the GK Tech arms, I think it looks pretty good. It's just nice to see something fresh. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but let's get you guys set up for a time lapse and let's get this subframe tossed in the car. So as you guys saw in the time lapse, bad lighting. So as you guys saw in the time lapse, the subframe is finally in the car. Nothing really is tight at the moment. I did forget the diff bushings, or I did not forget the bushings. I forgot to tighten the diff bolts, and I was like, it's like not much clearance. Luckily I had a ratchet, like the super thin, I was able to like sneak up in there and get it tight. But But right now I'm gonna go through and kind of tighten everything down, just kind of presume that everything in the car is loose right now. Show you guys this. So I'm gonna go through, tighten all the bolts down, put in the traction rods. But I don't know if you guys can see very well, but this subframe is in. It looks pretty dang sweet from this angle. So where's the good lighting over in this place? It is dark, as you guys can see now. But yeah, subframe's in. We're gonna tighten everything down. And I do have a new set of tension arms that I will be putting in eventually to replace these ISR ones. I don't know if you guys can see in that clip, but the ISR ones, I'm gonna replace those. Got some new spacers. Yeah, so I need to go through, tighten everything down, and then I'm actually gonna torque everything down just to be safe. And then I'm going to mark it off with my paint pen, which I don't know, that was in my pocket, but I don't know where it went. Got my paint pen. We're gonna tighten everything down and mark it. And a box just moved in the wind and I thought it was a ghost. So that was cool. Let's get to this. So I haven't filmed as much today, just because I was trying to make it not a super long video like last video. Last video was about 30 minutes or maybe like 20 some minutes. It was like 45 when I put it into editing. I got it down to like 30 or so. So proud of myself for that one. I do blabber a lot, but I'm gonna include you guys in on some clips that we're gonna do with the subframe here. So let me set you guys up and we will get to work. So I was trying to put the coilover in and it wasn't going in, really frustrating, and I learned it's dented right there, probably from me and the previous owner, I'm not sure, because this is kicked up too high and it's hitting. So I'm gonna try and obviously flip this to the other side so this is kicked down, and then take this and take these shims and put them up, hopefully. Alrighty, so update, cars are super fun. I love this car. So what I had to do, I don't know if I had to do this, but I put one shim on the bottom, one shim on the top. I was gonna do two on the top, but this wouldn't tighten. This ring just kind of flopped around because the inner ring is smaller than this ring, so it just kind of rotated. So we put one down here, put one down here. We flipped this on, so instead of it being on this side, or however it was before, or no, we put it so this is the lowest, this guy is the lowest point, and this guy's higher. So now it's not gonna hit on this. You guys can't even see anything. Let me turn this flashlight on my phone. So yeah, you guys can see right there. Jeez, I don't have hands for this. I'll zoom in on it. So yeah, you guys see that right there? It was hitting. So now it shouldn't hit that we flipped them around, or flipped sides of the arms. So now one has the highest point, one has the lowest point, vice versa. That makes sense. I don't know. I'm tired. Been working on this car all damn day and I feel like I haven't made any progress, but that's how it goes. So everything's in. I just need to basically tighten every single bolt on the rear end down. So, and double check and torque everything and make sure everything's tight. My alignment probably will be a little messed up. I don't even have toe plates or anything to fix that. So we're gonna have to rock with it and drive it to the alignment shop and hope we don't die. But this is gonna continue tomorrow morning when I come back. But for now, I'm gonna call it quits and take a little break because it is getting late. So I will see you guys in la mañana. So yeah, it's definitely not tomorrow morning. It's been like a week since I last filmed that clip. Yeah, about a week. But as you can see, it's not the morning time, it's the afternoon time, and it's raining. So subframe's in the car. I had to flip the arms around like I said, and I've just been grinding, just trying to get everything tight, trying to make sure every little bolt is tight and marked with a paint pen, just so I can make sure it's easier for bolt checks. But yeah, so I'll show you guys, check this out. Look at my mess, don't mind that. Subframe's in the car, every bolt's tight. Next up, I'm going to put the exhaust on, put the wheels on, and then I'm going to throw on the front tension arms. You guys have already seen me do that once before, so I'll just do that. And we'll get this damn car on the ground, finally. But yeah, progress has been made. Car is 95% ready to be on the ground, ready for 95% done. Then we gotta get the alignment. So I will show you guys when it is back on the ground. We'll see how wonky my alignment is. So the subframe is in, the exhaust is in, everything is tightened down, everything is blended. Let me show you guys the subframe. So yep, it's in the car, nice and silver. Exhaust is back on. I made it so, it's it's kind of rubbing on there, but for some reason it just likes to sit right there with this exhaust, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure entirely why it does it. It just does. So we'll rock with it for now. Yeah, guys, check this out. All the fresh, here, show you guys. Fresh GK Tech arms, crusty control arms. But hey, that's okay. Look at the subframe though, nice shiny silver. Looks good. I'm all in all pretty happy with how it came out. So next step is just throw these little tension arms on. Or not little, but the tension arms. It's a high clearance one, so I don't hit them at full lock like I have been on my old ones. So I'll throw those on, get the car back on the ground, and this project will be done and concluded. So let me show you guys that when the car is back on the ground. Car's back on the ground. Alignment's not too bad. Well, the front spacers look pretty good. Caster arms are on. This side's a little towed in, but nothing in alignment won't fix. So yeah, this project has come to an end. So thank you guys for watching this three-part series. Thank you guys for watching. I do have some exciting stuff for the next episode. I did get some new aero, so I'm excited to show you guys that. Car's gonna be looking great. I picked out a color for paint, so stay tuned for that. And thank you guys for watching, and have a great rest of your day, morning, or night. So I'll see you guys next one.